What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Bold and Bougie, Season 1, Episode 3. So we are still at the Clatchet Tea, and somehow or another, we done got on the topic of Crystal. Did you sleep with Usher? Did you slide in Usher's DMs? Gaucher is trying to figure out why Usher and Tamika broke up, and Tamika was like, I don't even know. And the reality is, of course, you know why you broke up with your ex-husband. But I just feel like, I don't know what's code word for, I don't feel like talking about it. Now, I can understand on one hand that maybe this, like, first of all, they've been divorced for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, Usher done moved on. He got a whole nother wife and 2 more kids. And I get it that at this point, you probably figure, do we still have to talk about Usher? I mean, I did a whole reality show where I was known as the ex-wife, and I went through the whole Usher thing, and I did this already. Like, I really did not realize that I was just signing up for, Atlanta Exes Part 2. Crystal, on the other hand, is like, are you serious right now? Like, how dare you ask me if I slept with this man and if I was in this man's DMs? And Gaucher was like, well, the only reason why I could feel like you would have this attitude and this issue towards Crystal is if there was something to do with Usher. Why could it, does it have to be about Usher? Like, it couldn't be anything else. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, this show making me mad, and I'm going to tell you why. Because this show is making me side with Tamika. And I never thought that I would be in a position where I'd be taking Tamika's side on anything. But honestly, y'all, I got Tamika's back on some of this because some of this stuff is like, y'all are doing the most when the least will do, okay? Pretty much the tea ends, honey. The tea pretty much ends there. Tamika, I think this is where Tamika lets everybody know she's having a book signing and invites everybody. I don't know, but at some point she invites everybody to her book signing. No, that was later on. But they all agree that they're gonna be cool. Tamika and Crystal, they agree they cool. They clink glasses, whatever. So then we get to the next scene where we see Gaucher and Tamika meeting in the rain to have a conversation. So first of all, Tamika lets it be known that Gaucher was late. Tamika also wants to understand why Gaucher showed up in a shiny sweatsuit with rhinestones in the rain. Listen, Tamika be saying what the rest of us are thinking. Tamika was like, it's raining, and I showed up in a whole regular sweatsuit with an umbrella. But then she did have these puffy sleeves, so Gaucher sort of called her out about the puffy sleeves. Now, the whole purpose of this conversation was so Gaucher could confront Tamika about her acting real funny and standoffish and being real nasty and acting like she don't want, being very elusive about her life and being a little extra and a little pushy. Tamika is like, girl, I don't even understand what you're talking about. What do you mean? Like, you asked me why me and Usher broke up. Like, girl, I don't want to talk about that. Like, that was 20 years ago. You asked me why I was being funky towards Crystal. I done already told y'all because I'm friends with Mo. And I don't want it to be, I don't want no misunderstandings, no misconstructions that I am, Team Mo. And I don't want to do anything that's going to make it seem like I am going against my friendship, okay? And Gaucher is she keeps pushing Tamika, acting like Tamika. And again, unless there's some serious editing, I'm not understanding why the way Tamika is acting is warranting Gaucher's response. Like, okay, Tamika acted a little weird at the damn pool party, but she did apologize, and then she left. Like, look, my bad, I'm tripping. Let me apologize and let me roll. And she explained why she acted that way. It's almost as if they are trying to make Tamika the villain. They are trying to self-produce the scenes to turn Tamika into a villain, because this whole episode is about making everybody hate Tamika. And I don't get it. I mean, I'm confusion about all of this. And everybody is self-producing. Everybody is trying to create and have a whole moment. And I don't get it. But Gaucher and Tamika, it does not end well. It ends up fizzling. Gaucher says, see, that's why you lonely now. Tamika was like, girl, I'm not lonely. She was like, I'm single, but I ain't lonely. She was like, that's what she said. I got my kids. I got my businesses. She was like, yeah, but you ain't got no man. Here go Tamika. Or a woman. Gaucher was like, well, you should try it. And I was like, ooh, that's how you know they do kind of know each other, because they was really throwing jabs at each other that only people that have some understanding of the other person would be able to do. So I was like, okay. But yeah, it didn't end very well. Like, that was pretty much the conversation. Then we see Princess going down to her husband's office fake working. She got scrubs on and everything. And baby, everybody called her out. Okay, when I say everybody called her out, her husband called her out. He was like, what you doing down here? She was like, what do you mean? I mean, I know I'm not here as much as I should be, but I'm here. I come all the time. He was like, no. She was like, I was here last week. He was like, no, you weren't. Then, Mayetta, not Mayetta. See, look, I done brought Mayetta into the damn show. Not Mayetta. The other girl, Malaysia. Malaysia shows up, and Malaysia was like, okay, now I know Princess is up here fake working. Like, they done put her in a whole office sitting in front of a whole computer. Girl, like, did you tell production to film you? Like, did you call them and say, look, I have an idea. Can you film me at my husband's? Like, was this your way of, like, promoting your husband's dental office? Like, I'm okay with that. I'm all here for the promotion. Okay, that's what you're here for. That is why you expose yourself to this type of scrutiny if you're going to get something out of it. But you could have done that a different way. I don't know. But, baby, it was so obvious and so clear that was a whole fake moment. But anyway. So we see Malaysia talking to Princess. And here go Malaysia telling Princess that she needs to be a little more assertive. You know, that she's allowing Tamika to just sort of walk all over her and talk to her crazy. And that she really should call... no, I'm sorry. Not rewind. That's later on in the episode. In this scene, Malaysia is telling Princess, you were doing a little too much. Like, you know, for you to throw out there that you think she's still in love with Usher, you know, maybe, and she was like, you think I should apologize? You think I owe her an apology? And Malaysia was like, I mean, if you feel like you need to apologize. So she calls Tamika, and that's when Tamika invites her to the book signing. So she also talks about that she's going to have this event at Dillard's. And she said, well, you know, last year was really good, but it was way too many, you know, cooks in the kitchen. You know, I need to basically have my vision and be able to articulate it and not have everybody around me telling me what I should do. But then she turned around and invites Malaysia to help her. And I'm like, girl, you don't even know her. Like, you don't know Malaysia, but you inviting her to help you in your whole little Dillard's situation. So... they say they're going to go to Tamika's book signing. That was pretty much that, child. Then we see Crystal and Shad. Again, I love Shad. Okay, we see Crystal and Shad down to the trampoline park with the kids. And, you know, she's talking about how being a single mother is kind of hard. And, you know, single motherhood is a little... you know, and how, you know, her ex, a.k.a. Neo, ain't around a lot because he travels and work and yada, yada, yada. But we also find out that, you know, she is dating somebody. And they talk a little bit about, you know, the girls and how everybody is so fixated on her history and how they brought up the whole Usher thing. And Shad was like, Usher? Like, I mean, he fine and all, but where'd that come from? And that's what I'm saying. Like, where did the Usher thing come from? Who brought up Usher? Who did that? So then we have Princess and Gaucher having like a little outing, you know, look like they had like one of them like adult like arcades. It had like the darts and stuff like that. It looked like they had like a private booth. It looked like a nice little spot. I might have to check out where that is. It looks like a nice little place to go in Atlanta. But here we have Gaucher putting a battery in Princess's back about Tamika. You need to be a little more assertive. You need to this, because when I was talking to Tamika, you know, we went and we had our talk and it didn't go so well. But when I was talking to Tamika, so Gaucher is trying to get her ally out of Princess. And she's basically telling Princess that Tamika's being closed up and Tamika's not opening up. And Princess is like, but girl, if you had a famous ex, you wouldn't want people to always be asking you about your ex. Gaucher was like, well, we're not wanting to talk about her ex. We're talking about her. But you're not asking about her. You're asking about Usher. Like, y'all asked her about her son, she brought up the whole Lake Lanier thing, and y'all asked her about her son, and she did tell y'all, but then y'all went to Usher, and like she said to Goshay when they were at the park, she was like, I don't even know y'all. Like, you can't expect me to want to open up and tell y'all my deepest, darkest secrets in one afternoon. Like, I'm just getting to know y'all. Like, give me a minute. Let me warm up. Let me get to know y'all. And I 120% understand what she's saying. And the reality is, girl, Goshay, you do too. But again, y'all are producing a show here. Y'all creating a moment, whatever. But Goshay is definitely trying to put a battery in Princess's back. And what I found to be interesting is at the opportunity that you had to try to get to know Tamika at her book signing, when she's talking about what's in the book and she's talking to the, her fans, you weren't there. I mean, granted, you said you had a business thing and that you had to go get the coin. But again, we're not going to sit here and act like Tamika isn't giving us intimacy when she had a whole book signing where she opened up about what happened with her son. And I'm sure she opened up about other things in her life. So again, if you're really interested in Tamika, talking about who is Tamika, what makes her tick, yada, 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 that would have been an opportunity. And I think she was very open in that moment, right? So then, and I mean, she cried and everything. So Malaysia shows up and Princess shows up. Goshay already said she had something to do. Crystal, I don't know where Crystal was, child. I guess she just ain't want to come. So Princess decides, well, with the backing of Malaysia telling her, you need to talk to her. You need to talk to Tamika. You need to tell Tamika how you feel. So here go Malaysia putting a battery in Princess's back. So Princess says, well, I need to let you know how my meeting went with Goshay. She doesn't feel like you're opening up to the group. She feels this and she feels that. And Tamika my thing is this. That probably wasn't the place to have the conversation. Because it's her book signing, but it's a reality show. They always had these conversations at the times they ain't supposed to have them. But she literally just spent however long that book signing was opening up to people. So is this the most accurate time to have a conversation about somebody not opening up when they literally just laid out probably some of the most painful moments of their life in front of a group of people? If I was Tamika, I would feel some kind of way about the whole situation. I'd be like, are you serious right now? So then they try to talk her into having another meeting with Goshay. And Tamika was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not having another meeting with her. And on that note, I'm done. And she was like dismissed and she walks off. And listen, I can't be mad at her because like I said, like literally in that moment, I literally just opened up as much as I could possibly open up. And y'all sitting here telling me it's still not enough. Yeah, I'm good. Deuces. And I'm 100% with her on that one. So then we see Crystal has a hosting. She's getting herself back out there, so the ladies show up. Goshay's not there, Tamika's not there, but we have Princess, Malaysia, Crystal, of course, Shad, and then Malaysia's friend, Dr. Princess. Now, here's how I feel about Miss Dr. Princess. I feel like Dr. Princess was supposed to be on the show, and either she was demoted or she wasn't picked up, but I definitely feel like she tried to get on the show because Malaysia filmed with her last week, and she clearly was trying to get a moment this week because from the minute she's there, the first thing she says to Crystal is, I thought this was like going to be a club. Like, there's no VIP, there's no booth, there's no bottle service. Crystal was like, what? She said, girl, it's a hosting. This is a bar and grill, so it's like a restaurant with like a club moment. I'm going to need you to chill out. Like, I literally just got here. She was like, well, let's get some drinks. Oh, well, no waitresses have been over here. I mean, nobody's been over here. I mean, what kind of place is this? And Crystal was like, girl, like, I'm going to need you to not try to rain on my parade. Like, I'm going to need you to calm deep down. So, Crystal sort of checks Dr. Princess, and she sort of kind of like, well, I didn't mean it. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just bringing it up. But again, she is clearly looking for a moment. Clearly. So, then Princess, they end up having a conversation with Princess, and once again, here's Malaysia trying to put a battery in her back, telling her that Tamika was dismissive of her feelings, and Tamika dismissed her, and you need to let her know how you felt. And Crystal, yeah, you know, that energy that Tamika was giving, it was unnecessary, and I'm not understanding. And so this conversation goes on for a few minutes to the point where Princess gets upset, and she was like, you know what, I'm out. Because even Miss Dr. Princess starts talking to her. Now, you my namesake, and you can't let nobody talk to you crazy. You can't let nobody treat you crazy. You can't let nobody do all of that. And baby, Princess gets up and walks off, and she's upset. And Malaysia goes to talk to her, and she's like, listen, I don't know that woman. Why is she talking to me crazy? Why is she telling me what I need to do, and I better not let people, and she's my namesake, and we don't let people. I don't know her. She not my namesake. She was like, I don't know her. Like, what is her issue? Why is she coming for me? So then she said, so I feel like she had called Tamika while she was off camera, and Tamika was calling her back. So as she's like, you know, Tamika, I need to talk to you. Now, I don't even understand why you brought Tamika into this, because I don't feel like Tamika did anything wrong. I feel like everybody, Goshe and Malaysia, got a battery in their back for Tamika. I don't know what that's about. And when Tamika calls her back and she starts talking to Tamika, baby, she tell Malaysia to walk away. She was like, listen, can you walk? Can you go? Because I want to have this like, Tamika's my friend, and I want to have this conversation by myself with her. Now, while this is going on outside, on the inside, you got Dr. Princess talking crazy to Crystal and Shad. Shad tells her, like, you know, I feel like you're a little aggressive. Like, where's that coming from? Like, I feel like you kind of coming mad aggressive, and where's that coming from? And she was like, no, I'm not. I mean, well, I've been called aggressive before. Yeah, I've been told that I'm aggressive. He was like, yeah, no, you are. Like, you are. You real aggressive, and what's up with that? Like, where's that coming from? And she was like, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, I mean, I'm used to be worse. Like, when I think things, I don't have a gatekeeper, but, you know, I'm better now. And they were like, well, like what? She said, well, I mean, because I had thoughts when I first met you talking about Crystal. And Crystal was like, well, like what? Well, I mean, like, I thought you were loose. Baby, what she say that for? Ooh, baby, Crystal got activated. Crystal got to cussing and fussing, and she was like, yeah, I'm done. She had to get up from the table, go in the bathroom. Baby, she took her mic pack off, told the production she was done. Now, I don't think she meant done for the show. I think she meant just done for the night, like she was done filming. But, baby, Dr. Princess, girl, you doing too much. You clearly are looking for a moment. And unfortunately, Crystal and Princess gave you one. But anyway, that was pretty much the episode. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.